Dear Diary, Dr. Dekker. Again. Alderby pushed him from the cliff's edge. 2,500 feet. His body wasn't found, obviously. I want him to be dead this time, but the world still feels cold. Maybe because Professor Alderby is dead too. Killed by one of us. Maybe all of us. But there's hope. A new doctor is coming. I hope they find Professor Alderby's killer. I hope they can cure us. I hope they stay alive. Dr. Dekker is still here. I can feel him.
You've come a long way, Doctor. And from one therapist to another, I think you're ready to start practicing again, to help new patients. But how do you feel? Excellent. Last time was difficult for you. I know. See, you are ready. I mentioned last time, and you picked up on it immediately. You took things at face value. Sometimes you need to read between the lines. Ask me about both of these things together. See, you are ready. I mentioned last time, and you picked up on it immediately. You took things at face value. Sometimes you need to read between the lines. Ask me about both of these things together. See, you are ready. I mentioned last time, and you picked up on it immediately. You're ready. Forget last time. Remember why you're doing all this in the first place. To help those people. To find Professor Alderby's killer. And to stop the spread of infectious madness. The easiest path to follow, once you're seduced by its riches. Is there anything else you'd like to ask about before you go? Then, please, continue. Is there anything else you'd like to ask about before you go? Then, please, continue. Yeah, hopefully. With therapists like ourselves, battling to help people. Is there anything else you'd like to ask about before you go? Okay. If you need anything at all, you know where to find me. Good luck, my friend.
Doctor? Doctor, are you okay? You fainted. But follow this. Well, you seem okay now, and you take instruction very well. You'll be replacing Dr. Dekker, but before you meet any of his patients, I need you to know that one of them killed Professor Alderby. You did? I know that no one was formally charged, but I just know that one of them did it. Dr. Dekker is missing, presumed dead. His mentor, Professor Alderby, showed up and pushed him off a cliff. Nobody knows. Alderby was killed the evening he arrived, bludgeoned to death in Dekker's office. Your office. I need to find out who did it. Can you help me do that, Doctor? Will you? I hope so. I'll let the patients know that you're here. Come and find me after. Oh, and Doctor, things might be a little stranger here than you're used to.
Hello, Doctor. I'm Ophelia. I'm a sculptor. Sorry, it's a bit nerve-wracking, starting again with a new doctor. What if you decide I'm mad? I honestly don't know anymore. I'm named after a character who went completely mad. Maybe it's fate. My mother died a few months ago, and it's affected me more than I thought it would. Oh, not that close, not anymore, but it wasn't her fault. Oh, I sculpt people. Well, pieces of people. Mostly heads and hands. Hands can be very expressive, but I can never get them right though. They always seem so lifeless. She was a famous painter, Virginia Hammond. More famous now she's dead. Our relationship was not the best. I've been living in Italy since I was 16. Yes, but I'm nowhere near as successful as she was. Well, if you're an artist, there's no better place to study. But I didn't want to be home anymore. Not with my mother the way she was. I started seeing him about 2 weeks after my mother died. About 4 months. He had a solid, dependable name. It felt like I'd be safe telling him my secrets. Not much. We had one session together, but I didn't really know him. Everyone was acting normally that day, but normal for us might seem suspicious to others. I didn't really see anyone around the time he was killed. Oh, I was on a video call from about 8:30 until 9 with a solicitor. The police have already verified it. Oh, he's an old family friend. I suppose that way he didn't have to bill me for the call. Yes, I asked him where he was. He just said he'd left, but it was only later I found out what really happened. Professor Alderby pushed Dr. Dekker off the cliff. Didn't he? I actually thought Bridget might have pushed him at first. She slammed her door that morning and started crying. I can hear everything. She's in the room next to mine. And that was about 9:10. I just finished yoga. Then I heard Mariana screaming something. A few minutes later, Bridget must have got back before Professor Alderby did. Oh, maybe we can talk about that some other time. She wasn't, very easy to live with, especially after she stopped painting. She drank a lot, and I thought she blamed me for everything. When I moved, she accused me of abandoning her like everyone else. The truth is, it was easier to love her from a distance. Mostly huge, gaudy portraits of herself. No, it wasn't that. I was hearing voices. Since I got back home after my mother died. They sounded like women's voices. I thought it was just my imagination at first, but I've only ever heard them in my mother's house. I inherited it when she died. I suppose so. I had an imaginary friend when I was younger, but that's quite common, isn't it? I grew up there. It's a big, sprawling, falling down kind of place. Echoing halls, vast dusty attics, sweeping staircases. Beautiful, but deadly. I think it might be what killed her. If not the house, then something in it. She threw herself down the stairs and broke her neck. No. At least I didn't find one. But then, she always did believe in letting the art speak for itself. Do you believe in ghosts, Doctor? Such a serious question. You do know how he died? I don't have anything to say about that right now. Dr. Dekker was very open-minded. I was wondering if you were the same. If not the house, then something in it. She threw herself down the stairs and broke her neck. No. At least I didn't find one. But then, she always did believe in letting the art speak for itself. Do you believe in ghosts, Doctor? It's a beautiful house, but I'm not sure I could live there, even if I wasn't hearing voices. It holds a lot of memories, not all of them good. I know I should leave, but there's too much to do when someone dies. I'm an only child, so I have to do everything. If she did, she never said so. Once, though, she told me that she felt like the house was watching her. I just thought she was being paranoid. She'd become quite reclusive over the last 10 years or so. It changed her. She called me the night she died. Yes, she called a few hours before they found her. It was a Wednesday, around 2 a.m. I couldn't really process what she was saying. That thought has crossed my mind. I was raised to imagine things that aren't there and make them real. Maybe it's just My brain malfunctioning. But I don't think so. No, but I talk to them sometimes. The heads, that is. I give them names and I talk to them as I'm shaping their features. It's not strange though, is it? It's not like I think they're real. Sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me. It's an old house. There were always strange noises. I used to hear scratching coming from a wall in my parents' room, the master bedroom. But that stopped soon after, and I was very young then, so I don't know if I imagined it. Sorry? Yes, I think he'd read my session notes. He didn't believe they were real, though. He thought Dr. Dekker was encouraging my delusions. Yes, amongst other things. But he also seemed afraid I might hurt myself. Or others. He was wrong, anyway. He just didn't know me like Dr. Dekker did. Yes, but it's fine. I wasn't asleep anyway. If the voices are ghosts, maybe she was driven mad by them. Or maybe something else in the house drove her to kill herself. I've read that madness isn't hereditary, but maybe a weakness for it is. I'm not sure that's relevant. No, but she taught me a lot about art. She took me to galleries when I was younger and taught me how to see like an artist. I don't really have an answer for that. expensive. I'm a living, breathing specimen of a poor, starving artist. A bit, but I don't sell many pieces. No, those things aren't connected. Sculpture is beautiful. To be able to make something as hard as stone look like it's flowing, I've always been drawn to it. Originally, yes, I studied marble carving in Florence, but only for a year or so. I'm mostly self-taught. There was a lot of trial and error, hence all the heads and hands. Oh, no. I haven't created anything new since I came back home, and all my recent pieces are in Italy, along with my tools. I never sculpt real people. I just try to reveal what's in the stone. Whenever I sculpt it, it feels like I'm trying to find something. No, I hope, and then start cutting. I don't know. Sorry. I'd rather not talk about it. I don't know anything about that. Sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know anything about that. I'm not entirely sure. She sounded cold. She just kept saying, "Don't let them take her. Don't let them take her." I couldn't get her to stop saying it, so I said, "Okay, I promise," and then the line went dead. I assume she meant the house. she didn't have anything else left to take. What was the last time we spoke? No, those things aren't connected. I'm not sure. It depends what I'm making. If I paint, I like to have a reference. But when I'm sculpting, it just reveals itself to me, rather than using my imagination. No, it's strange. I know she stopped years ago, but the house should have been full of her paintings. It was when I moved out. I don't really have an answer for that. I don't have anything to say about that right now. I'd rather not talk about it. No, I found him here. Actually, his business card was at the house. I thought maybe he'd been my mother's therapist, but when I asked him, he said he'd never met her. Only my neighbor, Una, arguing with her many, many lovers. I'm not sure that's relevant. Oh, maybe we can talk about that some other time. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. He thought they might be trying to communicate with me. We hadn't quite figured that bit out, but he definitely thought I was hearing them for a reason. I don't have anything to say about that right now. Oh, yes, just once. I stayed there a few weeks before moving in here, and I haven't been back since. house was haunted. I didn't want to be there on my own. That was one of the theories he had, but it isn't what he thought in the end. I don't really have an answer for that. They're not in my head. If they were, I'd hear them all the time, not just in my mother's house. Yes, there are people in my mother's house who shouldn't be there. Inside the walls, I can hear them whispering. Can't really tell, but it never stops. It's almost in every room of the house. No, not really. They're muffled. You can't make out any words. It's like someone talking on the phone in another room. Dr. Dekker did, but the recording wasn't very good. You couldn't really distinguish anything. Only my mother's. Yes, I've not seen one, but I've definitely heard one. I don't know anything about that. Oh, maybe we can talk about that some other time. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. Perhaps it's old and damp and things happen there. I've seen things. Things moving that shouldn't. It's hard to explain. Is that it for today? Thank you, Doctor. I hope I haven't scared you off. Really? I don't like talking about these things. It makes me seem weird. These voices I'm hearing, I want to know why. I think they might be related to my parents. Okay. I'll see you then.